Hey everybody, welcome back to the Magic Sex Bus. Today we're exploring fatphobia. As always, it's time to take some chances, make a few mistakes, and get a little messy. Fatphobia is an unreasonable dislike or unfair treatment of people because they are fat. This can be social, professional, or even medical. It comes with the assumptions that being fat means someone is undisciplined, lazy, dirty, unattractive, and or morally inferior. It's deeper than just bullying. It can have significant consequences, even deadly ones. Let's unpack it. Medical professionals often dismiss reported health symptoms and tell their overweight patients to lose weight and the symptoms will likely improve afterwards. These patients often have poorer health outcomes because their health concerns were not taken seriously and instead attributed to their weight. In fact, even after ignoring patients, they receive blame for not being healthy enough, regardless if their weight was caused by metabolic imbalance, medications, or other medical issues. In the workplace, fat people are often promoted less because of the assumptions that being fat means you're lazy and undisciplined, unmotivated, and unproductive. In fact, according to Harvard School of Public Health, in every state except Michigan, it is legal to discriminate against people based on their weight. Clearly, this is more than just mean words hurting feelings. Socially, people who are attracted to larger bodies often hide this fact and sometimes will only engage with fat people in secret, unless they have a socially acceptable type of fat body, like a woman with an hourglass shape and flat stomach. People can make fat jokes in public and still engage with fat people on a personal, relational, or sexual level in private, even to the point of fetishizing them. Make that make sense. So many industries demonize fat bodies, whether medicine, politics, fashion, and more. In fact, unsurprisingly, the food industry is the only industry with an economic interest in promoting fat. Why am I telling you this? Because fatphobia is rooted in white supremacy. Wait, let me cook for a minute. In the book, Fearing the Black Body, The Racial Origins of Fatphobia by Sabrina, she traces the origins of modern fatphobia back to the transatlantic slave trade. Historically, before it began, Europeans did not equate thinness with beauty. In fact, fat women were once considered more feminine than thin women because of the association between fatness, wealth, and having an abundance of food. But things changed after the introduction of the slave trade. Have you ever heard of Saartjie or Saartjie Baartman? Known as the Hottentot Venus, she was a Khoi woman taken from her land in South Africa in 1810, where she became a well-known freak show act in Europe. She was plus size with a very large butt. People were fascinated. Her body type was seen as desirable and constantly emulated, as evidenced by the Victorian-era bustle gowns. They paraded Saartjie around Europe for people to gawk at and in private sessions touch. After she died, Georges Cuvier made a plaster cast of her body before dissecting it. He preserved her skeleton and pickled her brain and genitals, placing them in jars displayed at Paris's Museum of Man. They remained on public display until 1974. Nelson Mandela had to ask for her body to be returned home to South Africa, where she finally received her rest in 1992, 192 years after she'd left. Larger bodies, especially black ones, have been historically gawked at, critiqued, and dehumanized, which is why modern fatphobia is such a problem. It's one of the only phobias that remain socially acceptable, even though beauty standards are constantly shifting. We have to do better and not engage in fatphobia, regardless of gender, race, body type, or personality. No part of white supremacy is okay, this included. Before I go, stop policing black bodies. End genocide. All right, I'm Dr. Drizzle. Have a magically sexy day.